What it do, baby? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sylvia if you don't know me. I just like to cook and I'm here to show you guys what I do. So anyways, on today's episode of Cooking with Sylvia, we are going to make some flautas, also known as taco dorados, also known as taquitos, and whatever it is that you call them where you're from, that's what we're making. They're gonna be with chicken. They're super easy, and I'm just gonna show you guys how easy it is. A lot of people kind of get too far ahead of themselves, so they feel like it's more difficult than what it really is. So I'm just gonna show you guys. This is my recipe. Yeah, I do experiment a lot into the kitchen, so I may make it this way today and then the next time I make it, it's a completely different way. So I just kind of play with my food and I have fun. So if you want to see that, continue on watching. This meal is super affordable and it can feed a huge crowd. So with that being said, you can feed yourself, you can feed your man, you can feed your side dude, his kids, your kids. Yeah. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to boil my chicken, and in my chicken, I've already showed you guys pretty much the basics of how I do boil chicken, but in case you haven't watched any of my other videos, I'm just going to show you guys real quick. So some onion. Ouch, don't throw it in like that, you'll burn yourself. 2 garlic cloves in here. I like to use pretty big garlic cloves. So I got this little packet here like that. I'm going to use 2 of them for this video. It really all depends how much I use, because sometimes I use these little packets, sometimes I use like the one where you measure it out yourself, or even the cubes, so it just really all depends. But this is just to give it some flavor while the chicken boils, because we're going to season it even after it's done boiling. So this will be good for now. I'm going to add some salt. I do have 3 big pieces of chicken breasts in here. They almost look abnormal, like they got some steroids or something going on with them. They're pretty big. I went ahead and stirred everything together. The only thing I'm going to do now is just turn it down pretty low. You don't want to cook chicken at too high because it can get pretty tough, especially chicken breast, which is what we are using. So you're just gonna have it on low, cover it, and leave it there for like 15 minutes or so. We'll come back and check on it. I already boiled my verdura. So I have tomatillos in here, I have jalapeno in here, some serrano peppers, onions, and garlic. The amount that you use is completely up to you. I never really know how many peppers to use because, especially with serrano peppers, it's always a hit or miss. Sometimes they're really hot, sometimes they're not. So I just put a little extra just in case I do need it, and I add them, you know, little by little. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend these and we will go from there. I added cilantro to it and half of a small avocado, and then the only thing that I have to add now is some salt, and then I also added a little bit of the water that it was boiling in, and then we're just gonna blend it. I already blended my salsa. I added more water, and then I also added more salt to it. I did taste it. I would have liked it to be a little bit more spicy, but I don't really have the time to put on more chiles. So that's what I mean when you just never really know how the chiles are going to come out. But it does taste good. It's pretty flavorful. It's just not as spicy as I would have liked it to be. But other than that, we all good. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator so it can be a little cold while the rest of the stuff cooks. Okay, into a small pan, I got some oil at the bottom, some vegetable oil. I cut up some tomatoes and onions, and then I also had some left over from the other day with a little bit of chile in it. I don't like to cook it on too high, so I have it on about a 2 right now on this type of stove. So just have it on pretty low, not too low though. God, I never make sense. You know what I mean, just not too high, okay? Okay, so I have showed you guys my method. My method, dang, I can never talk. Dang, I really can't talk. Okay, I've shown you guys my method of how I can tell if my chicken's done, and with that being said, I do it with a knife, a fork. I've already done it, which is why my knife was already dirty, but I just go like that, and if it can go in easily, then I know it's done. It never fails me, works every time. So turn off your heat and uncover it and let it cool off so we can shred it. Meanwhile, we're still mixing, so this still has a little bit to go. As you can see, my chicken shreds super easy. That's how you know it's perfectly done. Like that. So once this is all shredded, you are going to add some of your broth so it doesn't get super dry. I don't like my chicken very dry. I like it super moist inside of the flauta. So just like that. So your tomato should look like this. Take it off the heat and add it to your chicken. I have my tomato little mixture going on in here. So what I'm gonna do is, actually I'm gonna taste it real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna add some salt and just some garlic powder. I was gonna add this, but instead of this I'm actually going to add some of this instead, the caldo, and then we should be good. Okay, so when it comes to tortillas, this is the trick or the method. You see how it's dry? If you were to fill it up with the chicken, it would crack like so. You see that? So you don't want that. Dang, I just ruined a perfectly good tortilla. What you're gonna do is you're gonna separate them first so they don't stick, like so. Each tortilla, right? This is pretty good amount, and you're gonna put it right back into the bag, and you're gonna put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds or so until it's nice and warm. I'll show you what you should be looking for in just a second. Okay, so my tortillas, dang, I really cannot talk today. My tortillas are out of the microwave. So, as you can see, they are nice and soft and they're hella hot. Ouch. And so, what you're gonna do now is just fill them and then we will go from there. In the meantime, between time, go ahead and get you some vegetable oil, put it in a pan, and leave it there for it to warm up. The same way as I did the enchiladas is the same way that you're going to do with your flautas. So fill it up a little bit, roll it, set aside. And repeat the process until you are all done. And when if some of them are ripped like this, what I like to do is just fill that side first, that way I roll it. And it'll be covered wherever it's ripped at. Because no tortilla left behind. Look at this perfect little roll. So here's the trick to making flautas. A lot of people use the little toothpicks and they take them out, but for me that's just doing too much. So what I do is the side that's folded, if it'll ever focus, so the side that's folded like this, that's the side that you're gonna lay your, oh, you can see me, hey. Okay, so that's the side that you're gonna lay your flauta on. So be careful because this is hot oil. So like that and like that. So in my little pan I can fit about 5 of them. You don't want to overcrowd your pan because, like I said, when you overcrowd your pan it does drop in temperature, so just keep that in mind. If it drops in temperature, that means that they're not going to be as hard and crispy as we would like them to be. So once again, for those of you who didn't see, fold it side down, place it carefully, don't get burned, and there you have it. As you can see at the bottom of it, it's getting nice and golden, so now is the time that you flip them. So like this, and like that, and just keep it moving. In between time, I say it all the time, cut your veggies. So traditionally it is lettuce, and that's like the only veggie that goes on, and I think about it. But if you want to be like the restaurant, then you can fancy it however you want. You can add guacamole to it, tomatoes, onions, which I actually will add onions. So technique when it comes to cutting your lettuce, because the way that you cut your lettuce matters, okay? As you can see, I'm doing it, well, pretty fast, but I'm just going down, up and down, up and down. But I want it to be thin, as such, nice and thin. None of us want to bite on a big ass piece of iceberg lettuce. Nice and golden, exactly how I like them. So I like to, you know, do a little this, shake it. So I put a paper towel at the bottom of this so it can catch the excess oil from the flauta. And I fill them up around like this, and then until it's all full. So I got these here. I actually want to give myself the credit for even being consistent, because I honestly have sucked with being consistent, but I'm really trying here, so bear with me. Honestly, the standing water is not the best, but it's all we got right now, so yeah. I'm honestly always dehydrated. So I have 4 flautas in here, and I'm just gonna wait for these to cook. My flautas are done and here they be. They look bomb. I actually took the time to plate it for you guys because honestly, your girl's just not the best when it comes to plating food and making food look pretty. I'm only really good at eating food and making food. So I'll leave that to the artist and perfectionist because it's not me. So with all that being said, I still have flautas here cooking, but I am going to go ahead and taste these so I can get this video done because I have a lot of them left to cook. We're going to go ahead and take a bite of this deliciousness. Alright, I'm going to get some rice first. With rice is always bomb. And now we're gonna try it. It's a little hard to do it standing up because I like to have everything on top. So I'm just gonna get my salsa mixture. I want everything in one bite, okay? They come out bomb every time. Like I said, I always do it differently, but today I went ahead and tried it this way and they're bomb. So bomb. And flautas is one of those foods that a little can go a long way. So if you're trying to feed a big crowd, it's definitely one of the meals that you would want to make because you can definitely stretch it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and a comment down below what you guys want to see next, or if you tried this recipe and so on and so forth. It's pretty bomb. Alright then guys, I will see you next time and thanks for watching.
Te escribí una